Good morning. Baby, tell Mosh come on live. Good morning, good morning. Good morning. Hey, y'all. Hey, y'all. Good morning. Y'all see I'm still in my night clothes. I'm still in my night clothes. I had a rough last couple of days. Whew. I'm recovering from soreness. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Hey y'all. Hey y'all. Baby, you got the oven on?
It's fine, honey.
Okay. Hey y'all. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Jackie. Good morning, Soulization. Good morning, Angela Howard. I had a friend named Angela Howard. Good morning. Hey, Lavender. Hey, Alicia Nicholson. Hey, Bessa of One. Hey, Georgia Peach. Hey, what's going on, Tina? Hey, Davina Stewart. Hey, Bert Bowman. Hey, Reggie 49 Reggie. Hey, Kim Old Chocolate. Hey, Patricia Brooks. Let's see. Hey, Tanky 74. Lavin, what you say? I'm for nobody. Yes. Look here, I've been through a lot. That's why I'm trying to get y'all in here. We gonna talk about transparency today, this morning, and then tonight we gonna talk about when I say I do. Hey, baby girl 91374. Hey, Belinda Barringer. Hey, Danielle Kennedy. Let's see. Hey, Marie Joyce. You gotta be an old soul to have a middle name, and you got to be an old soul. Come on with it. Hey, Boss Lady Sandra. Hey, Linda Short. Look here, let me tell y'all something. I see y'all. I done spoke to y'all. Please don't try to get my attention. I try not to focus on what's the thing I'm speaking, and I'm gonna say what I gotta say, and then we gonna have a good old time the rest of the day, and we gonna get on. I seen you, I spoke to you, we good. Hey, T-Bone, what's going on? Kimberly Clark, what's happening? 59-year-old. I knew you was an old soul. Marie Joyce, yeah, you got a middle name for a first name. Yeah, you're an old soul. Hey, the real Mrs. Allen. Hey, Sexy Lily. Y'all, we gonna talk about it. Transparency. We all know what's been happening in the news and what's happening in the last couple of days. Look, I try not to get in nobody's business. Hey, Miss Rail. I don't get in people's business. And I learned this early. You know, I'm gonna tell y'all, I'm gonna always keep telling y'all, you know, I may have had a hard life coming up, but my mama taught me well. My mama taught me the things that I needed in my life. Now, how I put it in my life and, you know, let it do what it's supposed to do with my life, that's on me. But she did what she was supposed to do as a parent in teaching me about certain things. There's a lot of things I don't know, but then I chalked it up with being hard-headed. Okay? Let me just say this off the top. Because I've never had anybody, and I'm speaking on me. Don't y'all come in here. Don't you come in here with that foolishness. I am only speaking on myself and what I've been through and what I've done and what worked for me. Okay? What worked for me may not work for you. Where you at in life, I probably ain't where you at in life. Where I'm at in life, you may not be where I'm at in life. I am just telling you what I did and what I had to do to get through. I ain't the first person. Well, let me back this. Let me back it up. And I'm gonna try to not say names and stuff because I don't put people when you don't know fact. That's another thing. I was always taught if you don't know fact, don't speak on it. If you don't know the facts, meaning if you wasn't there, it wasn't written. If it's not written on paper, it's not. I ain't talking he say, she say. I am saying, if you do not have it for fact, do not go and spread it. You're entitled to your opinion about a certain situation just as well as I'm entitled to my own opinion too. But it don't mean for me to go tell it from person to person and have that person to go spread it to another person and it ain't facts. Okay, so I try not to say names. I try not to say names, okay? But the young fella, because he was younger than me, and I'm 52, so I'm going to say the young fella that took his life. I don't know what the situation was. I don't know how he did it. I don't know what the cause of it. All I know is for fact is that he's no longer here. And for the reason that they're saying, it kind of touched me because I've been there. As many other people, I would assume, has been there. I've tried 3 times myself. I thank God that he saw fit, because but again, you got to be where I'm at to understand how I'm speaking. I've tried 3 times, but tell God your plans and watch him laugh at you. Another thing my mama taught me a long time ago when I was going through my ordeal and dealing with all of that, she told me, she said, you can do something to yourself and then it may not turn out the way you expected because of what I was trying. She said, because you can hurt yourself and not be here. And still be here and have an extra problem added on to you. Meaning that if I would have did what I done and didn't succeed, then I probably would have been in a vegetable state, or I probably would have lost an eye, or it been deformed in the face, all kind of stuff. All kind of stuff. That's another thing. This is me being transparent with you. Okay? I know that young fella ain't the first person that has done it, thought about it, and succeeded. And I know that young fella ain't the last person that's gonna do it, that's gonna think about it, do it, and succeed. Okay? With me, I didn't have nobody to help me through the things that I went through. Okay? Growing up in a household of molestation, dealing with things of that nature, I had to deal with it. I didn't have anybody to talk to. Back in those days, it wasn't, back in the 70s, it wasn't at your disposal like it is now, where you can have all kind of people that you can reach out to, all kind of people that you can talk to. In the 70s, you ain't had that. In the 70s, you had to it was going to either make you or break you. Again, I'm 52. That young fella was 40. Okay? I got 12 years on it. So, let me say this. I don't know if everybody believe in the same God I believe in. I don't know. It ain't but one. To me, it ain't but one God. I'm just saying what it is. And because I was raised in the church, even though I was going through what I was going through, I was still in the church. Let me say this. A lot of people either disregarding that there's a higher power, or it's a lot of people that don't believe that it's a higher power. I was instilled in the word knowing the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. I was brought up on that, so that was instilled in me, okay? However, I'm still human, and I was still going through a lot of things. I felt abandoned, I felt rejected, I felt neglected, I felt didn't nobody want me. I didn't understand life as it was at 20, in my 20s. I did not understand. But because of my truth and who I am as a person and who I believe in, kept me sustained. Kept me sustained. Okay, check this out now. Although I was still human, when I felt neglected, rejected, when I felt all that stuff, I didn't want to be here no more. I asked myself at that time, in my 20s, I didn't know what my purpose was in life. I am trying to, let me say, I didn't know what my purpose was in life. I didn't have no backbone. I didn't have nobody to fall on. I didn't have nobody to look back there and say they had my back. If I fell back, guess what? I just fell on my back, hit my head, and hurt myself. That's how it was for me. Growing up until maybe 49 years old. So, being human and knowing where I stood with Christ, okay, I tried 3 times. 3 times. Once with a, second with pills, and the third, I thought about it with the, and I just kind of, when I took the pills, and tell y'all, I gotta make y'all laugh. It's funny now. I took 18 Tylenol PMs. Well, 18 Tylenol PMs. And I don't know how the conversation happened with my mama or whatnot, but when she found out I did that, I said, well, Mama, what'd you do? And then what was said? And she said, well, I just told him to let you sleep. I didn't know Tylenol PM wouldn't do anything. I didn't know. But then there was a time when I took 14 Flexerils. I was on Flexerils at the time. I deal with depression at that time. I was taking Flexeril at that time. And I called my sister. And my older sister on my dad's side. On the side that the people didn't accept me. Because they didn't want me to be a part of the family. Not my older sister, the baby sister whom I deal with that foolishness now. But didn't want to accept me as being a relative of my daddy's side of the family, my biological father. Well, dealing with rejection, being neglected, not being wanted, being abused, being molested. At 20, I was like, why am I even here? And so I made a sound choice that I didn't want to do this no more. I did not want to do this no more. I didn't want to be here no more. Now, mind you, I still know who's who. And who controls all and who knows all. And I was always taught that he does not forgive, taking your life. That's what I was taught. I don't know how, I don't know that for fact. I just know Judas showed us how to do it. Okay, that's all I know. I know Judas showed us how to do it if it was to be done. And he ain't called nobody. Okay, anyway, so I called my sister, my older sister, and at that moment, I was telling her how I felt. And I told her, I said, I don't want to be here no more. I don't want to be here no more. I said, this, and I was crying. And so she came to the house. And she sat down on the side of the bed. My sister can verify this right now today if I call her. And I thank God for it. Thank you, Jesus. I can sit here and tell this story. She sat down on side of the bed, and at that time, my sister, she was huge. She ain't huge now, but she was a huge son of a gun. And she about 5'9", 6'1". And so when she sat on side of the bed, I had the bottle of Flexeril in my hand. Now, if those of you who don't know what Flexeril is a muscle relaxer. It's supposed to be a downer, but it's a muscle relaxer. It's supposed to be an antidepressant, but it wasn't. But and so I had the pills in my hand, and I was sitting. She was sitting next to me, and I just was talking, and she kept saying, "And my name is Dana." For those of you who don't know my real name is Dana. She don't know me by Swing. She know me by Dana. And she said, "Dana, life is not that hard. Life, you just got to be strong, and you know who God is, and you know better, and you this and that." And I'm still finding excuses of why this, and this, and that. So I took them pills and I popped them, all 14 of them. And she said, "Lord, what did you take?" And she found the pill bottle on side the bed, and she looked at it, and she sat on me. Yo, it's a funny story now. She sat on me. She sat on me, and she said, "You not moving," and she called 911, and she said, and see, my sister's a nurse. And she called 911 and got the ambulance there. Of course, they had to pump my stomach out with some charcoal. I'm telling y'all, I'm giving y'all the story. Pump my stomach out with some charcoal. They had me handcuffed to the bed because they thought I was a threat to my own life. My sister was still there. She was still there. Now, my mom is a tough love mother. Let me make y'all understand something. I do not blame my mother for anything that I chose to do in my life, because she did the best that she could when she could, however she was able to. What I did was solely because I could not handle my life. I could not handle what I was dealing with, not knowing that the things that I was dealing with got me to the point where I am today. But I didn't see me then today. I didn't see all that. So when I got to the hospital, they had me handcuffed. And they pumped my stomach. They made me drink this charcoal. They forced that charcoal down my throat. And they made me throw all that stuff up. And then, from what I remember, they had to take me to a COPE center. And now mind you, COPE center is for those that are mentally challenged, that deal with suicide and deal with mental health. And see, I was working at the place at the time. I was working at the place that they sent my black ass to. That's what's so embarrassing about it. But I can sit here and tell a story. Like, yeah, I might be saving somebody's life right now. But they sent me to the very place that I was working at. I then became a patient. But y'all, they knew me. I was only in there for maybe 24 hours. That was just the thing that they were supposed to do. The people did their job because I worked there. Okay, I was a therapist there. So, of course, the doctor was like, "What you doing? What the hell you? What? That's what he said. He could not tell me anything because he knew me. He knew me personally. And he knew my life like I'm sitting here telling it to y'all. He knew it. So, he said, "I got to keep you here 24 hours, but I got to make sure you good." I said, "You know what? I'm good." And at the time, my auntie, she not really my auntie. I was raised with these people to be called my auntie, okay? And, you know, my auntie and all these people. Now, understand, I ain't got but maybe 5 or 6 relatives. But at that time, I was raised with these people, okay? So, my auntie, I called her. My cousin and my auntie, I called them. And I either called them or they got wind what happened. I don't know. My sister, I can't remember. I fuss at my mama all the time because she can't remember stuff. But now I understand what position I put her in when I asked her about stuff. But I can't remember how it went. But my auntie came, and my auntie was, like I say, we were raised in the church, and she's very spiritual or whatnot. I knew better. Some of the things that I went through, she went through as well. So when she came, when I walked out of that building, it was like this big light just kind of just shined down on me. And I fell to my knees and I asked the Lord to forgive me because I did something that I could not handle. The only thing that what I thought myself about that whole ordeal of going through, even though I'm embarrassed behind it, but I don't mind telling the story. What I thought myself about is that I didn't ask nobody for help. People know your story. See, that's the difference when you tell your story and people know your story, but then you tell your story and people help you with your story. I never asked for help. I never asked my sister, can you help me with this? I never asked the doctor, can you help me with this? You see what I'm saying? So, the doctor let me out 24 hours later. He asked me if I was okay, because I had to be to work the next day, the next building over. Oh, I don't mind telling this story. But anyway, fell down on my knees, bright light, I don't know what it was, but my auntie walked up to me and she said, I'm finna take you to church. And so she took me to church. And then they had, I forgot, what you call them people when she took me to church. This was on a weekday. But what you call them people on a Sunday when they say the doors of the church is open and then they have different people walk up to you and take you to the back and say you want to be saved and stuff like that. I was already saved. I got saved when I was 12. I think I was 12 or 8, somewhere around there when I got baptized. But I remember that. Being baptized is understanding the knowledge of baptism and what God means. And okay, that's another thing. Not the ushers. What you call them people? Not ushers. Not the ushers, not the members, not the elders. What it's called? I want to say intercessors, but it's another word. Prayer warriors. I want to say it was prayer warriors. I forgot what she said she was. But anyway, she took me to the back, and of course I joined that church. And not deacons, prayer warriors. I think that's what it was. Took me to the back. She asked me was I saved. I told her yeah. Asked me was I ever been baptized and all this. I told her yeah. I said, this ain't nothing new to me. I said, I was just going through some things and you got the best of me. Well, that individual started to help me kind of like weed into what was going on with me. So I'm saying all this to say, when you go off in yourself, you're doing it for nothing if nobody knows what you're doing it for. And I'm not passing judgment. I'm just saying that I was a coward. I was a coward in doing that to myself because I was not only hurting me, I was hurting those who actually loved me that I didn't know. Like, well, say my sister. My sister just found me when I was 10, and then come 20, I do some stupid shit, like that. And I was hurting her. That makes sense? I was being a coward myself, but I was hurting somebody that actually loved me and that could have helped me. So, I just wanted to say that I saw a clip with Ayana yesterday where she said, I'm not going to fight you for your healing. Should nobody have to fight you to help you? And at that time when I was 20, I didn't ask nobody for help. I was was laying a lot of blame places, but I wasn't asking help for the things that I was laying blame to. Let me just say, I'm like my wife always say, I don't have to always be politically correct. Let me just say it this way. If you don't ask for help, it ain't because people don't make you feel like you can't. You just choose not to. You just choose not to ask for help. My thing is you can ask for help. You gotta be particular on who you ask for help, but you can ask for help. Whatever help it may be. Whether it be finances, somebody to talk to, molestation, drug, you can ask somebody for help. Now, should you not choose not to, that ain't nobody's fault but yours. And you cannot do something to yourself and make other people pay for it. That's a coward move. And you could, let me say this. When I saw this yesterday, it aggravated me because in the 70s, I didn't have the resources to ask for help. In the 70s, not the 90s, I'm talking about the 70s. When all this was happening to me, being rejected, neglected, abandoned, abused, this was in the 70s. I didn't have the resources to ask for help. But your ass got a nice house, nice car, beautiful wife, beautiful children, nice job, and have the resources to ask somebody for help, and you choose not to. I didn't have that choice. So no, I'm not finna feel sorry. I feel sorry for the family, but not for the individual, only because I've been there. I've tried. So no, I'm not making excuses. And then as old as you are, you have the resources to ask for help. The people give you a damn 3 number to dial. I didn't have that in the 70s. When I was going through the things I was going through, I had to suffer those things by myself. I didn't start asking for help till I was in my late 40s because now I have the resources. And my mama always said, when you want yourself, you ain't got to tell, you ain't nobody gonna know. Ain't nobody gonna know. Ain't nobody gonna know nothing. Ain't nobody gonna have nothing. Ain't nobody gonna be able to find you. You ain't gonna go somewhere where somebody can find you and identify you. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. In the 70s, I didn't have the resources that people have today. In the 90s, I did not know to go. Didn't I just tell y'all I was working at the place where I could do whatever? Well, let me say this. I work with the mentally ill and challenged. Okay, so when I see that, when I say that, you're dealing with somebody that can't think for themselves, can't do for themselves. Those are the people that I was dealing with. I wasn't dealing with functional people that work, get up every day, and then, lay down at night and cry because they dealt with something. I didn't deal with those type of people. So when I was working, I didn't see myself in the same realm as the people that I was treating. You understand what I'm saying? So I didn't have those resources then. And so I can tell you today, at 52, you got all these damn resources. You got your friends that got millions and billions of dollars and places that they can send your ass. And what gets me to this day is that somebody, you can see the person, because look here, let me tell you this. Stop blaming or saying people hide behind a smile, because I smile every day. And yeah, I deal with shit every day. But see, I know who are not. I didn't have the resources then, but I got my source now. You don't have to be where I am. A lot of people ain't where I'm at. I'm just telling you. He's been my source since the beginning. Okay? So, you got the resources. If you choose not to ask somebody for help, that's on you. I'm not gonna sit around and be sorry. Especially with this, whoo, man. Especially when you got these people on speed dial. You can ask these people for help. You can ask people for help. I didn't have it. And I don't know if I'm angry because I don't know the young fella. I ain't know him before yesterday. I ain't know him. But because they making it a big old issue, and he ain't the first. I told you I tried it. He ain't the first and he ain't the fucking last. My thing is to stop making a mockery and help your friends. Help. Just because they seem okay don't mean they okay. Ask me if I'm okay. My phone don't even ring where they ask me if I'm okay. You know what they tell me when they see me? Oh, you got it going on in TikTok. Ooh, man, you got it going on. Don't nobody say, Dana, are you okay? Dana, are you doing it? Are you fine? I know you had some problems coming up, but are you all right now? Nobody calls and asks me if I'm fucking okay. And then want to say, oh, she hid behind her smile. She was always smiling. Stop looking at my smile and ask me if I'm all right. It's okay to ask somebody if they all right. I don't want your money. I don't want what you have. Just care enough to ask me if I'm okay. Just care enough to ask me if I'm all right. That's it. Ask somebody. Sometimes all it takes is a conversation. Sometimes people just want to just hear. They just want you to sit there and listen at them. Just listen. There's some people just want you to listen. Sometimes you ain't gotta, let me say this again. I'm gonna say this again. Everybody is not on a spiritual level. You would think everybody's on a spiritual level, but they're not. So, no. People don't want you throwing Bible scriptures at them when they're telling you they feeling some type of way. So no, they don't want to hear you say, well, 1 Peter 3:8 say, John 3:16 say, what God said, don't nobody want to hear that. Let me tell you, when somebody is going through something, they don't want to hear Bible scriptures. They just want you to listen. Sometimes they just want you to listen. One of my friends on TikTok told me about a month ago. She said, people always make it about them when I start talking. Sometimes I just want them to just listen to me. No matter if it makes sense or not, I just want them to hear me. I said, you know what, you're right. So I stopped talking and I just let her talk. But then you have to be there to understand. But see, some of the people will sit here and listen to Tyler Perry say, don't get me wrong, Tyler Perry say he been through it. And I believe he been through it. But most people only listening to him saying he been through it because of what his status and where he is right now. But I'm telling you to listen to a regular person that ain't got his money. That a regular person that ain't got his fame. I'm telling you to listen to a regular person that ain't on Twitter, that ain't on the Shade Room. I'm telling you as a person that a regular person. I ain't gonna get big and then tell you. I'm telling you now before I get big. I'm just putting that into existence. But y'all gotta listen to me. So I'm just saying. I'm surprised I'm doing this with a straight face because I thought I was going to be crying. But I'm good. Just because a person is smiling and you think they got it going on, they may not have it the way you see it because it's in your face. Ask them people that you so much care about if they okay. I can be dancing my ass up and down this damn kitchen and can be on my last fucking leg, about to lose the last, all of what I got. But all you see is me dancing in the fucking kitchen. I ain't said, well, Swing, you good? Swing, you all right? I don't want your money. See, another thing, some people don't like asking you if you're okay because they think you want that. They got their unasked something. But I'm here to tell you, when you get with somebody that got some issues and you feel like you got to come off something, redirect them to the resources that they have that I didn't have in the 70s. They got it now. They got the resources now. So no, you ain't got to come out your pocket. No, you ain't got to put people in your house. No, you ain't got to give your car to somebody. You can redirect them to the resources that they have. I can go to my mama right now and tell my mama, well, Mama, I'm finna get put out. Just hypothetical. I can get put out. My mama ain't finna say, you can come here. As far as her house. She gonna redirect me to services to where she pay taxes so that those services can be rendered to those that are in need. I'm just saying. I'm not making my mama out to be a bad person. I'm just saying that that's the tough love mother that I have. I'm the same way. When I see you out there on that street and I know you, I ain't finna take you in my house because I don't know what you're dealing with. I'm going to get you the resources that you need to help you get back to where you was before you ended up where I saw you at. So, I said all of that to say, I ain't giving nobody no passes to be okay with offering themselves, leaving their family here to grieve and to deal with children on their own when you had the resources to ask somebody for help. And then you got all these famous people that can help you get you in. And everybody hollering about that's my friend, and he was my friend, and he was this, and he was this. Oh, man. People always got a lot to say when it's too late. Oh, man. People always got a lot to say when it's too late. But to say, all due respect, resources are a joke. There's always some type of stipulations or requirements. Pastor, daughter of one. Let me say this. let me just say this. And I'm not being ugly or nothing like that. I'm just trying to say it the best way I can. I don't take no for an answer. Where there's one that say no, there's another one. If that person say no, I'm gonna keep asking till I get a yes. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I'm saying keep asking or keep giving up is not an option. How about that? Let me say that. Giving up should not be an option. Is what I'm saying. Keep asking, keep searching, keep finding. That makes sense. That makes sense. I'm just saying that there's enough resources now so I even have this option then. That makes sense. I didn't have nobody to help me deal with my molestation and trying to understand why he did what he did, and listening to somebody tell me, he was on drugs, or he was mentally challenged, or he was, I didn't listen to all those excuses. Had I listened to all of that, I would have off myself a long time ago. But I just say that I thank God that I've always been strong. I've had my slip-ups 3 times because I didn't know my purpose in life. You know, I was never one to give up. However, I just told my wife the other day, and I'm just telling you, I'm being this a transparent moment. I told her that I never felt worthy. I told her I never felt worthy. She said, well, you always, she said the same thing, you always smiling and you got everything it is that you could ever want at your hand. I say I got all that, but I've always felt I never felt worthy. You know, and it I don't know if it stemmed from what he did. That's the only thing I can come up with. I don't know if it stemmed from what he did. But I believe in the Most High. I trust in him. I call on him. And when it's something that I want and need, I ask him for it. And he sends it through other folk. You see what I'm saying? And and I'm just saying, when he don't give it to me fast enough, I start asking. I ain't gonna lie. I start asking, he don't give it to me fast enough. But I'm just saying that I never felt, as my sister, let me tell you, my oldest sister, on my dad's side, loved me to no end. Just love me. I feel the love from her. Now, the sister that I was raised with on my mom's side, I know she loved me, but I don't feel it. As much as I love my mother and put her on this high, I don't want to say pedestal, and I know she loved me, but I don't feel it. So because I don't feel the love from my mother and I don't feel the love from my sister, my brother just don't talk to me at all, I just sometimes don't feel worthy. And I don't know why I put that on individual. I don't know why I put that on individual. See what I'm saying? See, I sit here and smile with y'all every day, and I'm silly, and I make the eyes and things. Y'all ain't know I was dealing with all that, huh? Yeah, I still deal with that stuff. You know. But see, what's helping me is because I'm still in the Word. I still read the Word. I don't let nobody come at me with no foolishness and all that Adam and Eve and all that old.
Can you turn that? I need to check on that.
Okay. Wait now. All right, go ahead. I still feel not, worthy.
Okay.
All right. Okay. She's not ready, y'all, so she had to come fix the food. If I feel like because the love of family members is missing, I don't know. Because, Barb, I've always felt like this. I've always felt like this, having to deal with what my depression. My depression is being neglected, being rejected, being abused, and not being wanted. And I'm sure I'm not the only one. It's just I choose not to give up. I choose not to give in. I do the best that I can with what I have and what's at what I can put my hands to. And I don't sit around and feel sorry for myself. I I don't constantly tell people, well, you know, I this, and this, and I just hate this, and this, and they can this. No, I don't do that. I find a solution to my problem. I don't put my problem on somebody else for somebody else to be all discombobulated. I find my own solution because I don't give in and I don't give up. And I don't look for somebody to feel sorry for me. You don't hear, if the most you'll hear me say is I'm sore because I've done something at work. But if I sprain my ankle, I'm just not finna just talk about my ankle for 5 days straight and say, oh, my ankle hurt. Oh, I twist my ankle. And then they got people coming like, oh, you know my ankle hurt. I'm not doing that. That's looking for attention. I'm not seeking attention. I'm going to fix my own body. Don't nobody have to know what's hurting on me if I can help it myself. Again, I'm going to say, if I can help it myself, anybody got to know about it. If it's nothing I can do about it, I'm going to ask somebody for some help. I'm not going to go sit in I'm not going to take my family through no foolishness and then leave my family to have to grieve. It's always around the damn holidays that they choose to go do that foolishness. My thing is why you ain't do it in May? Why you ain't do it in June? Don't nothing happen in June. What happened in June? You got your April. No, you don't want to do that April. That's Easter. June. No, that's June 19th. You don't want to do. Don't nothing happen in July. Why nobody do it in July? Why they wait till you? So to me, they make sure that they want to do it around the holiday. So then come every holiday, that's what people can't enjoy their holiday because they got to grieve behind. I'm just saying. You ain't got to listen to me. So, what would you tell people that are afraid to speak out? I would say, if God sees all and knows all, who are people that you got to hide from? Who are people that you got to keep things within to not hurt them while you're hurting on the inside? I'm not gonna hurt to convenience you. I'm not doing that. If he see all and know all, one, he know all of it from jump. So you have the resources to ask. And if you care about material things more than you care about your inner peace, you just jacked up altogether. You the problem. You the problem. Not whatever causing the problem. You are the problem. I'm going to say it again. Not what's causing the problem. If you care about what's more what people think rather than your inner peace and material shit, the problem that's causing ain't the problem. You the problem. You yourself. So, what somebody say? Y'all laughing at me because I said July. Don't nothing happen in July. Don't nobody celebrate the 4th the way we used to back in the day, since now we know what the 4th really means. So if you want to do some silly shit, do it in July. Do it in July. Shit. I'm just saying. The people always pick my little cousin. He not my cousin. Again, I'm not related to all these people because the family. He went and offed himself and his girlfriend this about 15, 20 years ago. He did the same thing. And then look at it. Let me tell y'all again. Let me tell y'all this. And I'm sure y'all seen it before. What you say? Don't know you personally, but your message touched me something to your grandma, and I hope to take others take it. Okay, thank you. Look, I can't even say your name. Lavinia. Yeah, you're old soul too. Let me tell y'all this. For those who are thinking about it now, because I thought about it at the time it happened for me. Let me say this. When you off yourself, Okay? And you want your family to grieve. You want your family to do the funeral, and then have all the people come in and say all the nice things about you, and do the cookouts and the GoFundMes and all that. And then that week go by. Then you have and then the week go by. Then you have the funeral. And then that week go by. And then the next week they gonna think about you maybe 2 or 3. By the 4th week, about a month and a half, you ain't gonna be talked about no more. You ain't gonna be talked about it no more. Lou for short. Okay, they ain't gonna talk about it no more. So then, and I said that to myself when I did it. I said, why am I doing this? Why am I doing this? Why? I asked myself, why am I doing this? And I just had to come to the realization that I had to do it for myself. I had to want to live life rather than life take me. That makes sense. I had to want to live life. Life didn't do me what was done to me. He did what was done to me. So why was I shortening my life on something somebody else did that I got the resources now to get help for? What's going on, Auntie Chantel? What's happening? Glad to see you in here. I just said you need to become a spokesperson for the person. You know what, 61 DD, they ain't gonna listen to me because I'm gonna give it to them straight. I don't do the self-pity when it comes to stuff like this, simply because I've been there. I've done it, and everybody don't believe in the same guy. There ain't but one, in my opinion, there ain't but one guy. And see, everybody don't believe in the same guy. Everybody wasn't raised the same way. So like I say, what worked for me, they may not make it work for them. And see, I don't waste time on foolishness, just like people didn't waste time on me. You know, but it took me to go through what I don't get paid for that, Miss Black. I gotta get paid. Y'all got bills. Shit. I got to fight with them people and them hoses and them booking up pumps and things. So, you know, that's what it is. It's like, you know, and I'm saying that to say, you know, people got the man plastered all over Twitter, all over, you know, the internet and this and that. In 3 weeks, they ain't gonna have him plastered no more. So why everybody got something to say on something they ain't gonna carry on the torch? You know, I'm just saying. I'm just saying, you know. You got to first identify the problem. You got to ask yourself where you fit in with the problem. Then you got to separate the problem, work on you and the problem, and use the resources that you're given that I wasn't given in the 70s. I wasn't given these resources. I'm going to say it again. You got the resources. I ain't feeling sorry for you. I feel sorry for your family. But for you, can kiss my ass. Because that's a coward move, just like I was trying. I tried a coward move. I did. And I thank God that my older sister was there. And to this day, we talk about it. We talk about that, we laugh about it, but it wasn't no laughing matter back then. It wasn't no laughing matter. But then I didn't understand life. I didn't understand where God was taking me. I didn't understand, you know, that I had to separate me, the individual, from me, the problem. I didn't understand that. I was like this all over the place and think I was grown and didn't want to listen to my mama. You know, you have the resources, use it. That's all I had to talk about today. I had to say what I needed to say. And people need to understand that, you know, he was a man of television, a man of dancing, a man of Ellen, but he was a man. He was human. And understand, don't wait till the man passed away to give him his flowers. If you were so concerned, this wouldn't have happened. Ask your friend, are you okay? I text my bestie. I text a couple of people this morning. Just because you don't know what my people's mind is. You don't know what side the bad people woke up on. You don't know what people head at. I don't know that sometimes when I go to work, I don't be knowing what my boss head is. Because sometimes he got so much shit going on. I be like, maybe shit, man. Well, I hope that one day I don't wake up and he ain't here no more. You know? Ask somebody. I want to thank you for this amazing conversation today. I need to get back to work. All right, appreciate you coming through, 6100 DD. Just ask the people if they're all right, and don't ask them just to be asking them just in general. Be concerned. Be concerned. I mean, when you ask it, be concerned, and stop calling people only when you want something. Every time my phone ring, I know who it is and what they want. Every time my phone ring. Stop calling people wanting something. When you call the next person you call them and say, hey, I'm just calling to see how you doing. I don't want that. I'm just saying, I'm just calling to see what's up, what you got going on. You good over there? Watch that conversation. Watch how you uplift that person. Just by that conversation by itself. Next phone call you make, ask them, hey, you good over there? Don't ask for that. Hey, baby, come speak to the people.
Hold on.
But that's it. That's why I gotta ask people how they doing. Don't just assume that they're okay. Don't just because you see my silly self with my eyes, don't just assume that I'm okay. Ask me. I'm still somebody. I'm still human. Hey, baby. You good? You alright? You okay?
You didn't text me and ask me, was I okay?
I asked you this morning. I said, good morning. I said, you good? You good?
I'm good.
Yeah, see? That's how you do that. Get in the screen so they can see you. They can't see you.
Hey, Mr. Williams.
They can't see you.
Hey, Mr. Williams.
Get over here. Bam. Boom. Yeah. So, what's your,
She's okay. She's just telling a story. Just telling
What?
her story.
No,
Somebody
they
said,
ask
"I'm
you.
okay."
No, they ask
They're
you.
not asking me, am I okay? They
No,
just
I
want
told
to-
them when next time they see or talk to somebody,
Oh.
ask them if they're okay.
She's okay.
You.
Oh, I'm okay.
Ah.
They're asking you, you okay?
Yeah, stop calling
you said
people when you want something. Please, please.
Because you said people don't ask you if you're okay, so they're asking you, are you okay?
I've been on here with them. Anyway, what you got to say on the matter of what I said? What you got to say on the matter of what I said about me? Not the situation, but when I said that I didn't have the resources then that people have today.
Like you say, you did the best of what you had, at the
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
You do the best that you can, but at least you try. And like you said, you didn't take no for an answer.
Oh, yeah.
So when one person told you no, then you moved on to the next.
Yeah. I mean, people get tired of being told no, and they get tired of hearing no. But you have to be strong enough to say, okay, it's somebody that's gonna say yeah. It's somebody out there that's gonna say yeah. It's somebody that need what you have.
Well,
Oh man.
I'm just glad you got through it.
Huh?
I'm glad you got through
It was
I'm
hell.
glad you're here.
It was hell. I ain't gonna tell nobody. It was hell. And I'm telling y'all now, that choco tastes nasty.
Yes. I had a best friend who she did that, and that's one thing that's one thing that she always remembers about that.
That choco was
When they had
nasty.
to pump her stomach.
Oh, that choco was nasty. And then when it go everywhere, I'm just trying to tell you, it puts something in your spirit that make you remind you that ain't something you want to ever do again. And then, like my mama said, she said I could have messed up some of my organs, and I wouldn't be standing here today.
You could be on a machine or something for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Things don't always work out.
We say, Swain, you don't take no. I saw the Walmart. Yeah, trying to sell me a damaged TV. I wasn't going for that. Oh, yeah, all the Walmart was finna be shut down that day.
Look, he wouldn't tell her no. He was just telling her to come back.
Oh, man. Good morning. Good
The whole
morning.
thing about the okie doke.
Yeah. So yeah, we're gonna be back on live today at 5:30. We are going to be talking when I say I do. When I say I do, that's the topic for today. Appreciate y'all coming here, listening to my transparency, listening to my story. Hope that it helps. Hope that it took some type of notes. And I hope and pray that if you feeling some type of way, can you please seek help? You know, and I say seek help, not attention. That's two different things. Seek help, not attention. So,
because help doesn't have to be
monetary.
Broadcast.
And it don't have to be monetary. People ain't got to give you them. People ain't got to give you their money.
Right. It don't have to be broadcasted. You just need to do it in silence. Everything doesn't have to be for camera for people to see.
To see it.
If you really need help, you're gonna do it behind the scenes, not for a show.
Yeah. When somebody genuinely help you, they ain't gonna broadcast it.
Hey, Big B.
Yeah. Hey, Big B. How long you been in here, Big B? I've been talking a long time. I ain't been watching. Seek help, not attention. Yes.
Yep.
Yes. Seek help, not attention. So I just hope I help somebody today, and
I'm sure you have.
That's what I got. So tell them bye, baby. Bye, y'all. See y'all at 5:30.
Thank you, Taz. I appreciate it.